What's up, my lovely peoples? What's up? Oh, how did it get to be Thursday already? How did it get to be Thursday already? It is. I don't know how, but it is. So here we go. We're going to pick out what bracelets we're wearing this evening while we do a little chit chat while everybody comes on in. But yeah. How was your day? How was your day? How was your Thursday? Did you have a good Thursday? I'm missing some bracelets. In other words, me, took them off somewhere else. It happens. It makes me mad when I do that kind of bullshit. It is what it is. It makes me irritated. But I like those sounds. So, that one's feeling a little loose. We're going to have to be careful with that. One. Yeah. All of the, it's interesting. I felt the need to put all of the prenite on this arm. What y'all be doing? That you need all the prenite on arm? Huh? All right. Just like always, you guys can do these first few hand positions with me. The only thing that I ask of you, to get my chair situated, the only thing that I ask of you is that you take a deep breath every time I say deep breath. These first few hand positions will require that you take a deep breath every time. I had to go out and mow the yard earlier, and I hurriedly fixed my hair, and I see my perfectionist ass sees how bad it is. But anyway, we're not going to judge. I'm going to judge myself really hardcore. It is what it is. Here we go. Ready, set, deep breath. Why is that not loud? There we go. Still not loud enough. We need it loud, right? Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Chakras. We're not. Because I don't feel like you need to. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it's needed. What I do feel like is needed, though, is a little kick in the pants. I feel like everybody needs a little kick in the pants tonight. Are you ready? Yeah? All I want you to do right now, in this moment right now, is think about what you're going to accomplish this weekend. Put it in the chat if you want. Assign it a lucky number. But all I want you to do is think about what you're accomplishing this weekend. And I want you to put it in those terms. I am going to accomplish doing laundry. I am going to accomplish calling my grandma. I am going to accomplish mowing the yard, whatever it is. you guys thinking about stuff when you say, I am going to accomplish this? Think about it. How did your mind shift when you're looking at, I'm going to accomplish this? Huh? Huh? Just ignore the trolls. I have some wonderful mods that will happily get them. And then here's the kicker. Here's the thing you need to do, okay? When you accomplish the thing, let's say that you're going to accomplish getting your laundry done for next week. And when you accomplish that thing, what happens when you have an accomplishment? What do you do? When you accomplish something, what do? You celebrate, right? You celebrate. So when you accomplish one of those things, you celebrate. I don't care if it's make a cookie. I don't care if it is reward yourself with a hot bath. I don't care. You have to accomplish that. Mods, there is no tolerance tonight. Period. I want you guys to start looking at the things that you need to do as I am going to accomplish this. Because when you think about it, okay, no one likes to do laundry. I mean, I like to put it in the machine, but I don't like to fold it. So if I think of it as I'm going to accomplish this, how do you feel about it? Huh? It now becomes a challenge, right? Right? You guys want to know how to get your drive back? You guys want to know how to get your shit back on track? That's how. We're going to start with little bitty things. Every single Thursday, I'm going to teach you guys little bitty things. So when you guys start looking at things differently, guess what? The reason that you're doing those things changes. Am I right? Am I right? Breathe. Just big breath. Big breath. breathing? I know, you're like, bitch, you just told me to take a deep breath. And another deep breath. I'm breathing. Now, we've talked about what we're going to accomplish this weekend. How about next week? What do you need to accomplish next week at work? Maybe at the house. Maybe at school. What do you need to accomplish? What do you need to accomplish? And you know what I want you to do? I want you to put the things that you absolutely despise doing first. Okay? I despise marketing. I can do it for everybody else, not myself. So my accomplishment this next week is marketing. And we're just going to literally talk about it. Like I said, guys, do not talk to the trolls. Do not engage. I have the best mods on TikTok. They've got them, I promise. Are you thinking about all the things you're going to accomplish? You about ready to do the fun part of this? Sometimes thinking about the things that we don't want to do kind of is like, well, that's bullshit. Well, that's bullshit. I don't want to think about the things I don't want to do. Yes, you do. And you know why? Because here's the fun part. What is your celebration going to be? And I want you to be realistic, okay? Thank you guys. Thank you guys. What is your accomplishment going to net you as far as your celebration? Are you going to let yourself have an ice cream? Are you going to let yourself have a cookie? Are you going to a glass of wine? We're friends. What is it that you're going to allow yourself to have in celebration? Now, here's the thing. Whatever you put in the chat, that is your celebratory thing, if you don't accomplish that thing, you don't get that celebration. Think about it. Sucks to think about it, right? You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable. So, if you don't accomplish the thing, you don't get the celebration. do the next part. We're going to hold each other accountable. What are you going to do? Ready? I want you to put in the chat one thing next week that you are just not looking forward to doing. Okay? One thing. I don't mean going to work. Nobody wants to go to work. I want you to put one thing in the chat. I am going to accomplish. That's how you need to start it. I am going to accomplish XYZ. I am going to accomplish talking to my boss about a raise. I am going to accomplish folding all the laundry on the couch. But I want you to start it with, I am going to accomplish. Don't just put what it is. I am going to accomplish. I am going to accomplish finishing the project my boss assigned me. I am going to accomplish getting up and actually being ready to leave for work. I am going to accomplish eating better. I am going to accomplish doing the dishes. What is it? But you need to start it with, I am going to accomplish. And I want you to keep putting this in the chat. And here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to encourage each other. Every one of you sees something in this chat that you're like, oh, I got to do that too. I want you guys to start encouraging each other. Pick somebody's name out. You can do this. You can do this, B. You can do this, Sass. You can do this, Tosh. I want you guys to pick someone's name out, and I want you to tag them, and I want you to say, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. I want you guys to tag each other. You can do this. Because a lot of times, us just knowing that somebody else in the universe is out there encouraging us is a huge thing, right? And look how amazing the chat looks. Look how amazing the chat looks. Look how amazing the chat looks. How many of you guys suddenly are a little more motivated to do shit? Huh? How many of you guys are a little more motivated to do shit? Because now you know somebody saw what you're trying to accomplish. Huh? I am so enjoying watching the chat. Now that you guys know I saw what it is you're going to accomplish, now that you know what other people are going to accomplish, and now that you know that other people saw you say, I'm going to accomplish this, now what? Now you're accountable. Right. said breath. Big breath. Oh, we must be shadow banned. We must be throttled. It's all right. I'm proud of you guys. I'm just going to say this. I have faith in you. I have faith in you that you're going to accomplish everything that you set out to accomplish this weekend. And guess what? I'm going to remind you on Monday. I want to know on Monday, did you accomplish the thing you're trying to accomplish this weekend? Tomorrow is the 6/6 portal. Did you know that? How are you going to harness it? Breathing. For those of you guys just joining, this is a unique kind of Reiki session. I have been a Reiki master or Grand Master in, at this point, 11. I just got 2 new certificates. 11 types of Reiki. Been doing this professionally since 2014, way before TikTok was a thing. Breathing? Are you breathing? Big breath. So Reiki is something that doesn't really belong to a specific religion, doesn't belong to a specific practice. It is the art of getting your earrings tangled. It is the art of moving energy. So think of it as airbending, okay? Think of it as airbending. And you're going to notice that I do some interesting things with my hands, which are called mudras. These are the same things that, yes, they do in Naruto. My son made fun of it all the time when I do it. But the things in that anime are based on actual mudras. Actual mudras. These are found in Hinduism. They're found in Buddhism. They're found in yoga. They are used to channel energy. So when I'm moving my hands, when I'm changing finger positions, when I'm doing different things with my hands, it is to make sure that the energy goes where it's supposed to go. I don't have a plan when I do them. I just let it happen. But I think that we need to fast forward this to blood first, because I feel like to accomplish things this weekend, we need to let go of some other shit, right? I'm gonna sneeze. Shit. All right. So, what are we letting go of? What are we letting go of? Ready? What are we letting go of? And if you don't want to put it in the chat, put a 0. And then I want you guys to do the same thing we did earlier. I want you to encourage somebody. You to be encouraging someone in the chat. Tag them, literally, by name. Y'all follow each other. There's no reason why you guys can't follow each other. Keep each other accountable. Thank you guys to all the new followers. I appreciate every bit of it. That was fantastically beautiful. I've never seen that one before. Thank you. Do you feel a little lighter? Do you feel a little lighter? Do you feel a little better? Do you feel a little calmer? Do you feel a little motivated? Do you feel a little more motivated? Huh? Are you ready to grab tomorrow by the tail and swing its ass around? I am. Focus on your feet. I want you to focus on your feet. Right in the middle. Every bit of the doubt, every bit of the self-doubt that you have goes out the bottom of your feet right now. Bye. Every bit of it. Bye. All of it. And for those of you guys that aren't sure you can do it, what's holding you back? So I'm going to give you the answer, but I want you to think about it for a minute. What's holding you back from letting it go? You ready for the answer? You. You are the only one holding on to that. Do you think that the person that caused that trauma is holding on to your pain? No. Do you think that all of those things in your past that you're worried about someone finding out about, do you think that any of those feelings, anybody is making you hold on to them? I want you to just ask yourself that. To just breathe. I want you to just breathe. I'm going to turn this down and I want you to just breathe, okay? I'm going to tell you guys a secret. If you want to, you will. If you want to, you will. And here's the thing. Some of you guys are like, I can't deal with it yet. And you know what? If you're sitting there saying to yourself, I can't deal with this yet, I'm proud of you. It takes a lot of emotional maturity. It takes a lot of spiritual maturity for you to look at some trauma and go, not ready. Would you hear me again? It takes a lot of emotional maturity. It takes a lot of spiritual maturity to look at something and say, you know what? I have to deal with all of this right here, right now. I'm not ready to deal with this yet. And you may never be able to deal with that. You may never be in a place where you're ready to deal with it. And guess what? That's okay too. If you hear me talking about what are you going to accomplish? What are you going to do? What are you letting go of? You're the only one holding on to it. I'm only reminding you that you are the one holding on to shit. Don't think that I don't have shit that I hold on to. Because I do. Because I do. I have too many Capricorn placements, and it's a joke in my whole family that I can hold a grudge until the universe ends, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. But I also know that throughout my time on my spiritual path, almost 30 years now, There's been a lot of things that I have tried to delve down that shadow work, and I have had to step back and say, that's too much. It's too much. It's too raw. I can't. It's too whatever. I can't deal with that just yet. And that is perfectly okay. Just because I do what I do, just because I'm trying to help you guys move forward, I don't ever want you guys to damage yourself further. Okay? Trauma is trauma is trauma is trauma. Emotions are emotional. Emotions suck. Emotions are great. And if you're not ready to deal with that thing yet, oh, the corgi butt, thank you. If you're not ready to deal with that thing yet, it's okay. And I am proud of you for recognizing that. Okay? I'm proud of you for recognizing that. You will be able to deal with it when you are ready. There may be other things you have to move out of the way first. But I can get you to start thinking about things differently. I can put a little nugget of knowledge in there, and then suddenly you're looking at your whole day different tomorrow. You're looking at your weekend different tomorrow, yeah? Because now it's a challenge. I gave you guys a quest. What are you accomplishing this weekend? Now it's game. What are you accomplishing this weekend? And what you're accomplishing this weekend may have absolutely nothing to do with the things that you're wanting to let go of. Am I right? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. Right? I'm going to accomplish folding all the laundry that's on my couch this weekend. And if I do that, I am going to have a mega pint and some chocolate covered strawberries. Because it's a lot of laundry. Right? Am I ready to dive down into some really past hurts and stuff this weekend? Probably not. And I don't recommend that you guys do either. In fact, you know what? As your spiritual advisor, I am going to give you guys the weekend off of attempting to deal with bullshit. You now have the weekend off of attempting to heal, attempting to do shadow work, attempting to do any of that. You have the whole weekend off. I kissed my dog a while ago, and now I've got dog hair. Just saying. You have the entire weekend off. This weekend is not for any of that. This weekend is for accomplishments. This weekend is for manifesting. This weekend is for you rewarding yourself for the big, amazing accomplishment that you're going to do this weekend. That's what this weekend is for. Okay? You have the weekend off from all of that shit. Okay? All of that trauma, all of that hurt, all of that less than feeling, all of that self-loathing, all of that. Nope. It's off. It's off. That has been canceled for the weekend. It has been canceled for the weekend. Okay? Yes? Yeah? Good. I'm glad you heard me really good there. All right. I am going to take a tiny intermission to go potty, and I'll be right back. And I'll tell you what, you know what? I will put out a video in the morning. I will put out a video giving you guys the weekend off of bullshit. All right? I'm going to take a tiny break. If you guys are still owed a read from the 3rd, I'm going to be doing the last few that I didn't get caught up today. And if you need to get a drink, get a drink. I'll answer some questions. We're going to have a grand old time. It's going to be fantastic. So you have approximately 1 minute. Ready, set, go. All right. Did you have enough time to go grab some water? Did ya? Yeah. Just saying. All right. So, I did not get some reads done earlier today because I didn't realize that we were going to have storms moving in, and I had to go mow my yard like a big girl. I got a third of it done before it started raining. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. For those of you guys that are subscribers, I see a lot of you in the chat. For those of you guys that are subscribers, and those of you guys that are on the fence about it, there's going to be a huge change in my live schedule for you. For those of you guys that are subscribers, there is going to be a big change in my content for you in my live streams. Some of them will be public as well, but I appreciate the fact that you guys have supported what I do for so long, and the fact that you make it to where I can continue to do what I do, and I can never ever thank you guys enough for that. So just know that next week is some changes. On Monday, I'm going to announce something really cool for next Friday. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Okay? You don't want to miss it. I don't know if Carole R is here. I had a mediumship for her last night. It is Friday the 13th. It is the only Friday the 13th this entire year. And it happens to fall after a full moon. It happens to fall after a full moon. The 12th is a full moon. I'm just saying. She's here! Yay! I'm so glad. I was just going to put you first on the list on Tuesday. All right. So here's who I still need to read for this evening. And then we'll just chit-chat and do some stuff. We'll just talk and get ready for tomorrow. So you ready? So I have Carole first, then Christine M, then Sammie, then Kathy Mazzell, then Suzanne Horn, then Tamra. Tamra F. So if you guys are not on my list, these are me catching up from the other day when I had to tap out. I do have reads up for tomorrow. There's a very limited amount. There's a very limited amount. Okay? So I'm just saying. All right. All right, Carole. Is there someone specific that you're wanting to talk to, Carole? Or that you're hoping comes through? Just yes or no. I don't need to know who it is. Just yes or no. I think I did that earlier, Crystal. I think that I did that earlier. Okay. Here comes Vlad. He heard my door open. He's a mess. I will have the live from earlier today uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. TikTok is taking forever to process it. Forever. So the person that you're hoping will come through, you don't feel like they're there. You haven't heard from them. You haven't had a sign. You haven't anything. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Okay. Okay. What's interesting about that? It's so funny when I just pull your specific energy and I'm like, all right, who is it you're trying to talk to? It's like I can hear them right here behind my head, right? Like I can't see them yet. But they say that, well, let me say this. Grief is a very powerful thing. Grief is a very, very powerful thing. Not only is grief a very powerful thing, but grief can cause gifts and abilities to shift. Grief can cause grief can cause us to not to put horse blinders on. Does that make sense? So then we're putting horse blinders on and we're not paying attention to what is happening around us. So there's a man standing behind me and there's a woman standing behind him. I'm going to talk about the woman really quickly. I don't think she's the one that's here to talk, okay? But she's standing behind him and kind of like leaned out and was like, hi, like that. She's older, much older. She passed away when she was older. Oh my gosh. As in like to the point where people were like, wow, that's amazing. She passed away, I would say at least in her 90s. He is a little different. He's very, very quiet. Like he doesn't, it's almost like his mouth is closed. Like his mouth is closed. What's up? Okay, just let me know if you understand this. He makes me feel like either something is up with his throat or he did have problems talking. But I feel like there's something up right here that he can't speak. He keeps showing me like an olive green color. Like he's dressed in olive green. At first, it's funny. He showed me like pants. He showed me olive green pants, olive green shirt, olive green suspenders, olive green jacket. Like everything was green. It's so funny. But like slightly different shades of olive green. I don't know how to explain that. Was he somebody that was involved in I feel like he's somebody that's a healer. Because here's what's interesting. The fact that he showed me himself in green, it's not a military uniform. Usually they'll show me that right off the bat. Why is somebody's talking about me? My nose is itchy. But he showed up all in green, which represents somebody that's very powerful with helping other people and or somebody very analytical. He just stands right back here and I can't look at him. He made me smell bread. Like fresh baked bread. Big old like hardened loaf. Big old round loaf, not out of a tin. Big old round loaf. So he's showing me brown work boots. He does have on darker green pants. And I'm going to say that these are probably like work pants. These are probably, I know like Dickies has some in this color. And my dad used to have work pants in this color. They're like a darker foresty green color. He does have on suspenders, but they're tan. He does have on suspenders, but they're tan. I almost feel like he either has sandy blonde hair or strawberry blonde hair when he was younger. He has really dark colored eyes. He has like really, really dark colored eyes. I think he went back and forth between having a mustache and having a beard, but it never got very long. He would get frustrated and cut it back off. He showed me an old miner hat. Like the ones you see in the movies that are like the aluminum or whatever, and they have the wide brim and then the little top. He showed me that. I think that he probably passed away before 1970. I would say probably in the 60s, because what he's showing me, the things he's showing me, are things that I would associate with that are associated with like mining, somebody in the mining community. The old hat, the loaf of bread that can be just shoved in a bag and taken in, and the boots and the pants and so on. Do you have family from the mountains? Like either the Rockies or the Appalachian Mountains. That sounded so weird coming on my face. So sometimes, I don't know if you have anybody around that you can ask about it. The Rockies. I don't know if you have anybody around that you can ask about it. But this guy in particular, he either has strawberry blonde or sandy blonde hair. And it's kind of long and usually like everywhere, right? I would bet that you don't, they all pass. Okay. Do you have photo albums or anything? Because I would be willing to bet that there's a photo. He keeps showing me the same outfit. The same exact outfit. Over and over and over. And I'm like, all right, I've described it. Like, I've described it. I don't know what I'm missing. There's no belt. There's no, like, none of that. So, do you have old photo albums? I would be willing to bet there's a photo of him in there. I'm trying to think of a better way for a better way to figure out who this is. Thank you, Andy. He wants me to talk about grief again. I have a feeling that he stands behind you because he's a backbone right now. He showed me a little white, like a little dove, but it's about this big, and I don't know if this is something that was on some flowers or on a card, but it's little. It's a white dove. It's little bitty like that. You have things from the funeral, don't you? The person that you're trying to contact, the person that you want to hear from. You have things that you kept from their funeral, little bitty tiny trinkets, right? Not a lot, like what, 3? 2 or 3? It's so funny. He's just standing there like very, very calm like this. Your family that's from the Rockies. Is that who... I'm trying to figure out the way to ask it to where you can just say yes or no, because I don't want you to give me any information. Is that the side of the family that this person belongs to that you are wanting to speak to? That you are hoping to speak to? He keeps saying she grew up there. She grew up there. Is that you he's talking about? Did you grow up there? Just yes or no. Because he said she grew up there. She grew up there. She grew up there. Okay. Me too. High five. Me too. to be honest, when I try to reach out to anybody else, aside from him and the lady that was behind him that just kind of waved a little bit, she's already took off. Like, she just was like, hi, and kind of just, I'm here. But aside from him, that is right now the only person that, I don't want to say is ready to talk, but the only person that I can see. The only person I can see. Is this a woman that you're trying to speak to? Because he keeps saying she. Like, he keeps telling me she. Like, no, nothing else but just she. Okay. Mom, yes. Okay. I'm hoping by building on him saying she, we can at least prompt her. He showed me a necklace. It's, I mean, I would look at it like these kind of beads, but it's blue, but it's bigger beads. No, not that big. They're about this size. But I think that they're really lightweight. Because I don't feel them like weighing right there. So I want to describe something, and I just want you to tell me if you understand this or you recognize this. He showed me someone that is holding a blanket or a coat. I can't tell which one it is. It has a piece of satin on it. It's like a gray or maybe a dusty blue, but they're holding it like this and smelling it and crying. Does that make sense? It's a specific color. It's a specific piece of, like, either a blanket that this person slept with or a coat, but it still smells like them. And so by holding it and smelling them, it makes you feel closer to them. No? Okay. I wonder why he showed me that then. Because what he showed me, it's really hard to tell if it's a blanket with the satin edge, you know, or if it's a coat. Because all I can see is like this much, right? I don't know how long she's been gone or what's going on. I feel like you feel like there is something keeping the two of you from talking. My nose is itchy. Quit talking about me. Hold on. I feel like you feel like there is something that's keeping the two of you from talking, but I don't feel like she's, and don't take this in any way, okay? I don't feel like she's either ready to talk or can talk at the moment. Because he just showed me a few things. He kept saying she. He kept giving me those things. But he's right there. Like, he's right there behind me. But the other one, I don't know that she's available to speak right now. I'm just going to say it that way. And he's just trying to show me, like, snippets of things and so on. He showed me those blue beads again. Do you understand those at all? Do those resonate with anything? Because they're almost like this color blue. They're almost that color blue. But they're bigger, like almost that size. But they're really lightweight, which makes me think that either they're wood or they're plastic or something like that. Because they're really light. Like stones would be, yeah. I don't think it's that she is not wanting to talk. Because there are some times when somebody will come through and then they'll just kind of stand there kind of like this, or sometimes they'll even do this, that they're not wanting to talk. But with her, I don't think that. I think that she is preoccupied at the moment, is how I feel. Because when I try to reach out, even with him telling me she, this, he doesn't make me feel like she just can't talk. He doesn't make me feel like she doesn't want to. It's just like she's kind of indisposed. She's occupied, and that's why he is there. That's why I asked if you had any photo albums, because he just is in that outfit with the green. He now has on a white shirt, but green, and the tan suspenders and the tan work boots. And I hate that you don't have anybody at all that you can ask. I'm so sorry. With her, I don't know how long she's been gone, but here's what I'm going to say. I don't think that when she comes to talk, I don't think that it's going to be calm. I think that when she comes in to, hi, I'm back, I'm here, I can talk, or whatever, I think it's going to be like almost overwhelming. I think that it's going to be almost overwhelming for you, because it's just going to be like all at once. He showed me the little white dove again. Do you understand that at all? Like it maybe, I think it's plastic, but it's just a little dove. It's little white, like that big. Like he showed it to me again. Like it's probably about that big. Do you understand the dove at all? Do you recognize that at all? Okay. So what I usually tell people, if something pops up and they're like, I don't know, I can't think of it or whatever, it would not surprise me if you find it later. It would not surprise me if you find it later. I don't know if Scarly's here or Sass or anybody like that. Sass is a good example because I feel like I got hair. Sass is a good example because I did one for her, oh my God, like 2021 or 2022. And the lady that came through, everything she knew, she recognized everything except for one like very big specific thing. And she mentioned it to her mom, and her mom immediately, before she said anything, she said, oh, her in that damn red suit. So, and I mean, I'm sure Scarly can tell you too, there were some things that came out with her uncle that she didn't really recognize, but then did. So it may be that that white dove pops up. It's from her, he says. It's from her. So to me, I don't know if that is something that maybe you forgot you had that's hers, or if it's something that you'll find that either was hers or something, because he keeps saying it's from her when I try to focus on the dove, because I'm like, what is it? Like, is it plastic? Is it candy? Like, what is it? And he just says it's from her. It's from her. That damn red suit. That's probably one of the best examples of somebody coming through and giving information that wasn't for someone else. You're welcome, Spuds. I do that every single morning. I would just keep your eyes open. It would not surprise me if you pop back in on Monday Thank you for that. It would not surprise me if you pop back in on Monday and say, "Oh my God, guess what I found? Oh, you know, guess what? Whatever." It will not surprise me a bit. It will not surprise me a bit. I don't think that that she doesn't want to communicate. Woo! That was hard pulling him through. I don't think that it's that she doesn't want to communicate. I think it's that she's busy at the moment. That she's just busy at the moment. If that makes sense. He just showed me something baby blue. Like he's hard to communicate with. He just showed me something baby blue, like a swatch, that is a blanket. Okay, that is a blanket. It's that waffle type, not waffle. But it's one of those blankets that has a really interesting texture to it. But it's baby blue. That's baby blue. It's really soft. Whoa. You didn't see that. You didn't see me yawn. So I don't know what that is, but he just was like, by the way, here's this. I'm like, oh, gee, thanks. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, we're going to check the sugar. Because I don't think we have any more storms moving in for a minute. Sugar's all right. Let's check the weather. Oh, we do have storms. Okay. I was like, what in the hell? That hit hard. All right. Yay. I'm so tired of rain. Yay. Yay. But I know that you really wanted to hear from her. Scarly or Christine or Sassy McSasspants, can you remind me to send Carole a message tomorrow morning? There was somebody else I was supposed to send a message to this week too. So yeah, let me send you a message. Let me send you a message. So yeah. Thank you. I was like, I knew it was something and now I don't remember what it was. You're welcome, Carole, honey. I'm sorry that she is a little silent. Really? 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 Was she not a big communicator when she was here? So next on my list is Christine M. We're going to try to get through these card reads kind of quickly because there's a storm headed this way. And I know when it gets close, it's going to smack me. I'm already worried about tomorrow, I'm not going to lie, because earlier today, I told my kid, I was like, I already feel weird and smells. Those of you guys that have migraines are going to understand this. I had this like preemptive everything stinks today. Everything stinks today. And so I'm like, that's great. That means that tomorrow is going to be rough on my brain. And I have a lot of things to do tomorrow. I have a very important thing to do tomorrow evening. And so I'm like, Like I just already know. It's bullshit. Stop. Dude, oh, I'm so sick of these Oklahoma storms. I'm so sick of them. Like, we weren't supposed to have another storm roll through here for a while, but nope, here comes one. I agree, makes you think my sense of smell is already really, really heightened, but when I have either like a migraine or an aura or a seizure aura, oh my God. I can smell paint that's been dried for like 10 years. I can smell my neighbors down the street, way far away, cooking. I don't know. I can smell a candle they got going. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. Hearing, yeah. my eyes get real sensitive, but yeah, my nose is super, super sensitive. And smell is like one of the strongest memory associations that we have, in case you guys didn't know that. So this is why sometimes if you get sick off of something, let's say that you have like, you get food poisoning from, I don't know, sushi at one time. Every time you go to eat that particular sushi roll again, that smell is going to trigger that memory and you're going to get sick. Did you know that? Did you know that? Yeah, I learned that the hard way. It's dumb. All right. If I keep yawning, I'm going to smack my own self. This is dumb. This is dumb. I'm tired of it. It is like aversion therapy. Yeah. Yeah. Our brain... Smell is a really big thing. This is why you can smell a perfume or a cologne that from somebody that's passed away and instantly everything about them comes back. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah. All right. Thank you guys for all the gifts and the goodies. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. All right, Christine. Christine McGilly, you ready? Set, which is short-sightedness, ambition, and narcissism. The Martyr, which is shame, restitution, honesty. Char on the Ferryman, which is focus, need, and transition. And Genie the Maid, which is humility, it's disillusionment, and it's also the Champion card. Man, you're walking away from a lot. You're walking away from a lot. You're walking away from somebody that has a lot of, that's very short-sighted on things. I don't really want to say narcissist because everybody throws that word around now. But you're walking away from somebody that's very, very short-sighted in how they look at you, how they look at the dynamic between the two of you, how they look at everything, really everything. How they look at everything. Their way is the right way and that's it. Like it's their way or the highway. They're not about to really look at anybody's anything else. The other thing is this. You're walking away from this. And this is who you were. You became the martyr for this person. Every time something went wrong, you got blamed. And so it got to the point where with everybody around you, you started taking on this aspect of I'll be the martyr, I'll take the blame, it's my fault, and you were taking the brunt of everybody's shit. So these two things together were like a perfect storm, and they really, I mean, that's a big codependent relationship aspect there. I don't actually think that this is a love relationship. I don't know if this is like a family member or a work relationship. I kind of feel like it's a family member. But this is someone that everything they did was someone else's fault. Every time something bad happened, it was someone else's fault. And so you took on all of the blame for everything. Because you're in this transition phase right now. There we go. That's what I needed to see. I was like, what is it? You're right now in the middle of the transition. You're right now, you're here. You're about to go here. So I was like, what is it that caused you to move to that? What is it that caused you to go from being this martyr complex to, you know what? I am now going to focus on this and I'm going to do this. Especially with the Genie the Maid card here, because this is humility and it's also the Champion card. Well, the card that drew is King Arthur, and this is self-realization, which tells me that you had an epiphany moment where you looked around and thought, this is stupid. Why am I doing this? Why am I allowing myself to feel this? Why am I taking on their stuff? Why is this happening? Why? Like, you just had this moment of hardcore, like, tough love with yourself as this is stupid and there's no reason why I should continue doing this. It was just something like that. Somebody flipped a switch. So Christine, right now, you're here. You're, I think, stepping onto the boat. You're stepping onto the boat to move forward. The thing I want to point out with this is focus. This card is need, it's focus, and it's transition. Focus is key, especially when walking away from something like this. Focus is key because one little slip and you can find yourself right back here. And then all of the things that you have done, all of the leaps and bounds you've made with yourself are just going to break, and you will slide right back into this, because this was a very long period of time and this person is still around. So if you do not focus on where you're going and why you're going there, then you're going to slide right back into it. I will say this too. This self-realization came with a healthy dark night of the soul. When I say healthy dark night of the soul, I mean like a hefty one. A hefty one that's really weighing on your shoulders really, really intensely. Anytime you guys go through a breakup, leaving a job, anything major, a major life change, there's grief that has to go with that. Depending on how long, let's say that this is a family member that you have to cut ties with and you're in your 30s. They've been around since you were born. That's 30 years. That's a long time. That's from your formative years, from you being a baby all the way up to your young adult years and into adulthood. That is a massive chunk of your life that they were around. So if you're cutting that relationship, if you were married for 10 years and you're cutting that relationship, anything like that can throw you into a dark night of the soul. Somebody asked earlier when I mentioned a dark night of the soul, what a dark night of the soul is. A dark night of the soul comes right after a spiritual awakening. And what's fun about it is that you're going to have several. It's not just, oh, okay, well, I had a spiritual awakening. I've already had my dark night of the soul, so now I don't have to have another one. No. No. It's like grief. It is a roller coaster and you never get off of it. What the hell? The other aspect is this. If you do not focus on where you're going, that grief can make you slide right back into that codependent relationship. A dark night of the soul will test you 100%. And during this dark night of the soul, you're going to sit there and think, okay, you know, at least when I was in this situation, this martyr complex, at least I knew what the pain from that was. At least I knew there that this was how this was going to be. So maybe if I go back to that, I don't have to deal with this. Does that make sense? So y'all don't come in and promote yourself in my live. Do not come in and promote yourself in my live. If I promote you in my live, that's different. That is so rude. And I hope you get what you get. I hope you get what you get. You're going to go into somebody else's live and do that, and you are going to get what you get. Don't do that. Don't do that. That pissed me off. That straight up pissed me off. What you just did is called poaching. That's what you just did. When you come into someone else's live and you say, oh, I'm doing this or doing this, come follow me, come over. That's poaching. I hope it is done to you tenfold. I said what I said. I should have probably blocked that person instead of just muting them. I said what I said. I muted them. I had to read it a couple times to make sure I was really reading what I was reading. Don't do that. Would you like if somebody came in when you were doing something? Let's say you're at work, because this is my work, okay? Let's say you're at work, and let's just say you work at Walmart, okay? And somebody comes in, and the person you're checking out at the counter, somebody comes in and they're like, hey, if you come over here to Costco, we've got it so much cheaper. Even though Walmart is not your company, you'd be like, look, bitch, back off, right? Right? As a small business owner, I take that shit seriously. I take that shit seriously. Because what you just did was come in and try to poach people out of a live stream. And that is rude as fuck. And I hope whatever it was that you're promoting, I hope whatever it is that you're doing, I hope whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, I hope you stub your toe every day, 3 times a day. I hope you can't walk right. Don't do that. I hope you get the gross little toe jam fungus junk and you can't get it out, and everybody knows that your foot stinks. I will not tolerate that. Will not tolerate that. And those of you guys that are creators, you don't need to tolerate it either. If you're a creator, if you go live on anything and someone comes in and does that to you, they are immediately muted. They are immediately blocked. Y'all don't take that shit. Don't take that shit. You work really hard for where you are, right? You worked really hard to get to the point you could go live. You work really hard to get to the point that you can do this or this or this, right? Right? Don't take that shit. Don't take that shit from anyone. I don't care who they are. I don't care who they are. Man, that pissed me off. So now that I got interrupted, I really and truly wish I had screenshotted their account before I muted them. I pretty much remember who it was, so that's cool. Let's see if my mods caught them. And what's even worse is it was a paranormal account. It was a paranormal account. It was a paranormal group. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Christine, I'm sorry that your read got interrupted. I apologize. I apologize. What I was saying is, thank you, Leanne. Thank you. Thank you. My mods did get them. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Just when y'all think that my mods didn't see something. Yep, that was them. Yeah. I will probably go through and block that account. That pissed me off. Yeah, that was them. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That pissed me off. Yeah. I've heard that there are, and it is what it is. At first, I didn't know how to take it, but I've heard from several different people in the witchy community and the paranormal community that people are afraid of what I can do. I don't do anything to anybody. That's the thing. Like, I don't do anything to anybody. Could I? Yes, but I don't. But that really pissed me off. That really pissed me off. I'm just saying. You know, like in the movie The Godfather, if you actually piss the Godfather off, like that kind of like, all right. We're not going to talk about that anymore. Fuck that person. But let that be a lesson to you other creators that are on here. Those of you guys that go live, whether it is on TikTok, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Do not tolerate that shit. Do not tolerate that shit. Period. Okay? I used to kind of at first, when I first got on TikTok, I used to kind of at first because I was so worried about upsetting somebody. Not now. I am so sorry that you're a hooker. I don't know what else to say. Because that's exactly what you just did. It's exactly what you just did. Christine. A dark night of the soul will make you want to sink back into this. Okay? It will make you want to sink back into that. Don't do it. Because this card right here, the Genie, the Maid, the Champion card, comes after the transition card. And let me just tell you this. And I want all of you to listen to me. Sometimes you have to lose a lot of things to get where you're going. Sometimes you have to lose a lot of things to get where you're going. I want you to remember that. You're going to lose people. You're going to lose things. You're going to lose time. You're going to lose money. You're going to lose sleep. Thank you, Amy. You're going to lose things. And it's okay. Thank you for being a subscriber for 11 months, Eunice. It's okay. It sucks. It sucks. Thank you, if you want. It sucks. But sometimes you have to lose things to be where you're going to be, to be where you want to be, and to be who you're supposed to be. Okay? So, Christine, when you're losing the things, when you're in this dark night of the soul, and there's that little thought back there, thank you, Sam, that little thought back there that is like, well, I could go back to being this and go back to this person. No, you can't. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? What in the fuck? It's like a fuzzy in my mouth. So, just saying what I'm saying. I'm proud of you. This is where you're headed. This is the champion card. This is where you're headed. She doesn't look like a champion, does she? But you guys all know damn well that she is. Just saying. All right. Sammie. Sammie McCauley. Yeah, if y'all ever thought that my mods don't see stuff, let's see, how many? 4. I have 4 mods that are Tauruses. Am I miscounting? 5. I have 5 fucking mods that are Tauruses. I forgot. 5. 5 of my moderators are Tauruses. And let me tell you something about Tauruses that I have learned in a very, very interesting way. And I am so glad that these 5 moderators are on my side. They are the... If you look up petty in the dictionary, Taurus is right there. Taurus is right there. If you think that any one of those Tauruses would not stomp a mofo out, they will. And then I also have a Gemini and an Aquarius. So come at me. Because I also have a secret weapon in the back that's a fire sign, so come at me. And my secret weapon in the back is one that has been in a very unique position with a fellow celebrity friend, actual like actor celebrity, and has seen the shit and has been in the trenches. So I'm just saying, I have the most epic, crazy, amazing team of moderators. Like, it is insane. It is insane. Oh, Aquariuses. My sister's an Aquarius, and I dated an Aquarius for a long time. Dude, when an Aquarius gets mad at you, when an Aquarius, actually, Aquariuses don't really get mad. Like, they do, but they will eviscerate anything to do with you. They will. They will. They're the bitches that sit there with scissors and they cut little tiny strips off of photos. I mean, like, they do. Yeah, silence is the warning sign. Yes. Yeah. Dude, that's a lot of Leos. That's a lot of Leos, witchy babe. You're a Leo. Your mom's a Leo. Your son's holy shit. That's too many Leos, man. That's too many Leos. One thing that I love about Brody and Allie having a baby. So Allie is an Aries. Brody is a Leo. And they're going to have a Sagittarius baby. Even if the baby, it's like right smack in the middle of Sagittarius season. So even if the baby comes early, still going to be a Sagittarius. The baby would have to come like 2 weeks late to be a Capricorn. I'm down for a Capricorn baby, but I think it's funny that they will have all. So I guess that's what happens when you have an Aries and a Leo. They make a Sagittarius. Think about it. That's funny. That's funny. That would be like a Capricorn and a Taurus make a Virgo. You know, like. I mean, think about it. It's funny. It's funny. All right. All right. All right. All right. Sammie. Save me from myself, Sammie. Actually, we're going to do this first. Oh, no. My sugar's going down and I have to open up more toffee. Damn it. Shit. If y'all saw how many empty bags of fucking toffee I have. I'm so addicted to this shit. So addicted to this shit. All of it. I have yet to find a flavor I don't like. Coconut, the dark chocolate and the coconut pretzel are my favorites. All right, Sammie. I haven't ordered the Dubai chocolate yet. I need to. I can't bring myself to do a video. I don't know why. Even though I talk about this shit all the time. But it is on my TikTok shop tab. Because I was like, oh yeah. Y'all need this shit. Y'all need this shit. I bought this with my own money. You want to see how much of a problem I have? The blueberry one is so good. This one legitimately tastes like a donut. I also have dark chocolate down there. I think I took my caramel apple downstairs. It's bad. It's so bad. Blueberry, yes. It actually has blueberries in it. It is so good. It's so good. The raspberry donut actually tastes like a fucking donut. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Scarlett tried it when she was here. Scarlett tried the blueberry too. So good. The apple cinnamon whiskey is good. Yeah. I have yet to try one that I didn't like. Just saying. All right, Sammie. What I love about it too is it's gourmet soft toffee. It is soft. I think I've never liked toffee before because all the toffee candy I've ever had was really hard. I don't want my jaw to hurt chewing candy, you know? Makes me so happy. Yeah. All right, I'm happy now. I'm happy now. Sorry. All right. This is my reward for everything. Yeah. All right. All right. I'm sorry, Sammie. You do. If y'all haven't tried some of it, you should. Just saying. You should. I totally got this on Amazon. I think last spring. All right. Sammie. Save me from myself. The Poet of Avalon, which is pride, stagnation, and fame. Abaddon, which is pestilence, malice, and corruption. Hades, which is equality, inevitability, and wisdom. And then you have Thanatos, which is completion, support. I almost said export, and expediency. Those are some very powerful cards, Sammie. They're all facing left. Okay. Sammie, you're in a spot right now where you're having to make decisions on who is allowed to stay in your life and who gets the boot. So I'm going to tell you kind of who it is that needs to get the boot. The first one is this one. This is a dude that is represented by this card right here. A dude currently in your path, in your life. This person right here is only in it for themselves, period. Their pride will never, ever let them be anything less, ever. Ever. They can never say they're sorry. They can never, ever, they're a dick. They're a dick. Everything is about them. They're always going to one-up people. They're always going to make it about themselves. They're a dick. They are always going to be stagnant. They're going to talk a good game. They're going to talk a good game. And tell you what they're going to do for you. But that's not the case, Sammie. They're going to just continue to be stagnant in the same place that they've always been. This person needs to be cut out of your path. Period. Period. They do not need access to your energy anymore, Sammie. Okay? The other one is this one, and this is a female that's in your life. Okay? Lando! Are you doing any better? This is a female that's in your life, Sammie. With her in particular, all she has ever done while she's been in your life. And I feel like this is either a friend or a coworker. This is somebody that is, I think she's probably only been in your life about 3 years. Okay. The entire time she's been in your life, all she does is cause problems. She is drama, not the drama. She is drama. She brings drama. She causes drama, and she revels in it. Because in the midst of all the drama, that's when she can do the most damage to friendships, to work relationships, to projects, to anything. I would bet that you have already lost friends over her without really understanding why. And I think that when you cut her off, then these other friends that you lost are going to come back into your life, and you're going to be absolutely surprised. You're going to be absolutely surprised. Because they're going to say, oh, yeah, well, she had said this and she had said that, and I just couldn't be around that anymore, or whatever. You're going to find out a lot of things. You're going to find out that there's been a lot of people that you really, really cared about that she has ran off. For no reason other than just sheer malice. The next one is this. And this one, I want to say that this is a guy as well, but I'm going to describe this person and you'll know who it is. They're very masculine. If it's not a dude, they're a very masculine female, okay? But here's what I'm going to say. This is someone that pretends to know. They come across like they know everything. Like they're, I don't mean that they're like, oh yeah, I know that. I know that. I know. They're not smug like that. They come across like they have all of this wisdom, but they don't. I don't know if you ever saw The Walking Dead, where, what's the guy's name? He has the mullet and he pretends to be a doctor. He pretends to like be really, really smart, right? So that they'll keep him around. But he's lying the entire time. Eugene. That is the energy right here. They're pretending to know the things. They're pretending to have all the answers. So you'll keep them around because they're trying to get something from you. But they don't know shit. And you need to let them go. They're not smug about it, but this is the person that will keep you on red on a text message, and then 6 hours later or 2 days later will be like, I am so sorry, I thought I messaged you back, I was it, and then they want to tell you all this amazing shit that they were doing instead of answering you back, but they left you on red. That is this person right here, and they don't need any more Sammie time. Period. The Thanatos card here represents you. Completion, support, and expediency. I'm going to talk about the expediency. Don't waste time in cutting these other people off. Don't waste time in cutting these 3 people off. Because the 3 of them make this triangle that feeds on you and then on each other. The one that has the very malicious intent causes the drama, which then causes you to go to this one right here who has the wisdom, which then causes you to get back in contact with this one over here that is stagnant all the time, that talks the big talk. They work in tandem like that. And they're just putting you in the taffy puller back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you really, really want to move forward, Sammie, ow, that really hurt. I poked myself right in the nose with a sharp nail. If you really, really want to make these goals and these things you want to accomplish in life, if you really want to make them happen, these 3 have to go. They have to go. And it's going to suck because they've been in your life for a little bit and they're kind of staples. But the devil you know is not always the best one to go with. I'm sorry. People are like, oh, well, you know, the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. Bitch, I'll take the devil I don't know every day. I already know what kind of shit these fuckers are doing. I already know what kind of shit that person over there is doing. Let me try something else. Let me try something else. Okay? So if you're one of those people that stays in a situation or a friendship knowing that that person is a fucking piece of trash, if you're staying in that friendship or that relationship because, they've been around for a long time, that's what they're counting on. They're counting on you being attached emotionally. They're counting on you having the need for them to be there. They've always been there, right? But have they really always been there for you? You have to let these 3 people go, Sammie. Set them free. Let them go on about their merry little fucking way. Okay? So yeah, let them go, Sammie. Let them go. Let the bitches go. Just saying. Y'all, I need to make that into a song and sing it. Just saying. Miss Kathy Mazel. Just saying. All right. All right. Well, the first one you flipped out on me was, get it? Morgan Le Fay. This is growth and atonement and deceit. Good. I'm glad I could make you laugh, Lando. Then you have the Keeper of Whispers, which is curiosity and madness and forbidden knowledge. And then you have the Martyr card. You tend to pull this one a few. This is shame and honesty and restitution. And then you have the Exile, which is failure and strategy and trauma. Okay. I also find it interesting that it is female, male, female, male. Dark colors, light colors, dark colors, light colors. This is a pattern, right? This is a pattern back and forth that's going on. So I kind of want to talk about this failure, the strategy, failure, trauma down here at the end, because the other side is growth, atonement, and deceit. I know that you've had a lot of health issues, and I know you've been through some shit here lately. I feel like there is something that's represented with this Exile card. It's like an idea. It's a way of being. It's something specific that you were really, really holding on to. You were really, really holding on to. But the problem is the strategy to get there is no longer the correct strategy. Does that make sense? A lot of times when we're going through phases of growth, we start to realize that some of the goals that we had been holding on to really hardcore, and we had ripped our fingers apart trying to scrape and claw to get this thing, we have to realize that, okay, this no longer is a goal that I can move towards. It doesn't mean that it's a failure. A lot of times we see it as a failure if we have to give up a hope or a dream or something like that, right? But that's not always the case. Just because you got busted up and you can't be an astronaut, it doesn't mean that you can't still study space. It doesn't mean that you can't become an engineer and help other people get to space. Do you see what I'm saying? Just because something has to shift a little bit doesn't mean that you have to give up that goal completely. And I kind of feel like that is what's going on right now. So with this growth, You're going through this, it's almost a phase of madness. I'm not going to lie. It's almost a phase of madness. I would bet that you have had a lot of times here lately where you've been kind of sitting around and, you know, you're talking to a friend or the hubby or whatever, and you're like, I think I'm crazy. Like, I really think I'm going crazy. Like, I keep, you know, this keeps happening, or these signs keep popping up. And we go through these phases of like almost madness because, and I would almost bet too that you've been asking yourself, like, is this like a psychosis that I'm working myself up into, or are these actual things that are happening? And I mean, just join the club, because that's where we're all at right now. But don't squish your curiosity. Don't squish your curiosity. The curiosity is what feeds that growth. That forbidden knowledge, learning all of those things that, you know, you've always wanted to learn. That's what feeds that growth. That is what's going to help you take this strategy and turn it into a strategy that now you can accomplish. A lot of times when we have health issues and we have setbacks, it makes us think like, oh, you know what? I can't do that now because of this or that or whatever. And that's not always the case. It just means that we need to, I keep using the description of being a ballerina. Do you know that football players train in ballet? They do. It helps them to jump over other football players that are trying to get their legs. It helps them to be more graceful on their feet. It helps them to shift and pivot. So anytime you guys are, let me give you guys a little tip. You ready? You ready? This works for me and you're welcome to use it. Anytime I have a problem that I can't wrap my head around, let's say trying to figure out how to move forward with something, right? Anytime I have a problem I can't wrap my head around, I literally will turn on a ballet. I will turn on a ballet. Any ballet, doesn't matter. Any ballet. And I will just sit there for a minute and watch them move and watch them jump and watch them pirouette and watch them, all those things. I will just sit there and watch for a minute. Because a lot of times in watching someone physically move, physically jump, physically do these things, your brain is going to start working with the thing in here that's holding you back. For a while, I had about a year and a half that I was obsessed with drawing ballerinas. Obsessed with drawing ballerinas in charcoal. Because I was trying to figure out in my own brain how to shift and pivot into something else. So, don't stress about the problem itself. Does that make sense? Don't stress about the problem itself. The martyr card, I don't think at all we need to discuss shame or restitution or whatever. I think that this is representing a time when you are now the super, super honest to God version of Kathy. You are super honest with yourself. You're super honest with everybody around you. I would not be surprised to know that you've been very honest with the hubby, the boys about health stuff. And even though you knew it was going to cause them a little bit of worry, I wouldn't be surprised at all in any way, shape, or form. But I will say this. I have a feeling, because the overwhelming feels that are coming from this is like you feel defeated because you're only looking at it in one way. You haven't looked at it from up here or down here or over here or whatever. So my advice is going to be sit and watch a ballet. Sit and watch a ballet. Sit and watch football. I know it's not football season. Sit and watch ballet. Even if it's just 10 minutes. And watch how they shift and pivot. Watching things on YouTube that are, you know, NFL players running the ball into the end zone and how they have to move or jump over people or whatever, those are fantastic as well. Those are fantastic as well. That's what I'd recommend. Anything that has a lot of movement in it, watch it. Watch it. But I don't want you to have this sense of failure sitting on you anymore. Because that's not the case, Kathy, okay? Our brains are assholes to us a lot. Our brains are like super assholes to us a lot. Man, somebody is really seriously hardcore talking about me because my nose is itchy. It won't stop. And every time I start to itch it, it fucks up my nose rings and it's starting to piss me off. So legit, just chill. Just chill. But Kathy, I think your brain is just being an asshole and there's no reason for it, okay? All right, Miss Suzanne Horn. I have Suzanne and Tamra. It rounds out my list for tonight. I love you, Miss Kathy. How are you feeling, by the way? Lando, I saw that you said you got moved to a different hospital, and that makes me happy. I'm glad. Well, I hope that they're getting everything situated where you're feeling better, yes? I mean, I may not be able to come right down there, but I do know somebody that lives right there. Don't make me get my Taurus friend on them. Well, come make mine, Suzanne. I've got to make mine before I go to bed. Aw, look, she's already ready. She's already ready. She's going to go down there and smack somebody. All right, Miss Suzanne. How is the new job? I mean, I know it's not like super new anymore, but I know that was weighing on you for a long time. Man, I went to go change my sheets the other day, and like a couple of years ago, I ordered a whole bunch, because all the beds in my house are queen beds, right? Makes it really easy. I don't got to buy separate kinds of sheets, right? And, or start to put sheets on a bed and then realize that these are king size sheets and this is a queen size bed, you know what I mean? But, my kid has been stealing my satin sheets. I have like 9 sets. Not really. I have like 5. But yeah, my black ones are my favorites. I would love to have a California king. And when I finally settle down, then that's probably what I'll do. Not with a person, so please don't think that. Please don't think that. But yeah. All right. I have no idea, hippie mama. That would be a whole thing to dive down. You downgraded. Oh, really? I've heard that they're kind of a pain in the butt, especially with sheets and stuff like that. I'm willing to take that risk. When I first got divorced, I bought myself a king size bed, and man, I laid all completely as far as big as I could. I stretched out, and I loved every minute of it. My dogs loved it. I loved it. So yeah, I loved it. Made me so happy. And now what sucks is the mattress I have now, I love it. I love it. And I bought a new one when I moved here, thinking, okay, well, I'll put that one in the guest room. And I hated that one. I love the one I've got. So I'm like, son of a bitch. But the person who knows what brand it is, I don't want to message them because I don't want to open that box of worms. And it pisses me off because there's no tag on it anymore. And I just want to know what fucking brand it is. So I could buy a new one. So I could buy a big one. All right, Suzanne. Now that we're all thinking about our bed. All right. Yeah, Sydney, it drives me up the wall. It's like the memory foam one, but I don't know. It's not a normal memory foam. I don't know how to explain it, but I fucking love it. When I first started sleeping on it, I was like, this sucks. Like, this is hard and it sucks. Because I've always had like the double pillow tops, right? Like, I want to be the princess in the big floofy bed. And then when I started sleeping on this, I was like, this is why I had headaches for so many years. Sleeping in a bed that is way too soft is why I had back problems and headaches and I couldn't get out of fucking bed some days. Bullshit. Ooh, that's a good idea, Crystal. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Suzanne. Oh my God, Lilith. Okay. Hunger, animism, and instinct. All right. Come out swinging. The martyr card, of course, because this is going to be the theme of the night. Shame, honesty, and restitution. And y'all see that I'm putting these in different areas and shuffling the shit out of them. Hades, equality, wisdom, and inevitability. And the maestro, understanding, community, and ingenuity. Okay. I want you to notice the colors, okay? I want you to notice how they look, right? Notice they got like lighter, like 2 really dark and 2 really light. 2 females, 2 males. Interesting. Half and half. So, Miss Suzanne, you totally can be half and half. You totally can be hardcore and squishy. You totally can be funny and acting a little stupid and then serious. You totally can be 2 things. This is something I think a lot of people struggle with, myself included, is we feel like we have to pigeonhole ourselves into one thing. And I don't know if this has been popping up that you need to be doing this more or this or that or whatever. But the fact that the two dark cards, the 2 dark feminine cards, and then you have the 2 masculine cards over here. You have red and blue and red. And then you have one that is like raw power. Like the Lilith card is raw power, like animism and hunger and instinct. That's raw power, right? And could not be more opposite than the martyr card, because the martyr card is like restitution and shame and honesty and being more gentle and taking the brunt of things, where the Lilith card is giving the brunt of things, right? Then you have the Hades and the Maestro, and Hades is like a really hardcore, I will smack you all the fucking way down type of deity. But then you have the Maestro, which is, you know, the gentle fatherly figure with the wisdom. So both of those are complete opposites as well, right? Like you would never think of Hades as being a good dad, you know, whereas you would think of him as being one you'd want on your side in a battle. And the other one is somebody that's learned. They know all the things. They're very gentle. They're very calm. You know, you wouldn't maybe think of them as being on the forefront of a battlefield, but they could definitely tell you how to strategize for it. So I think that there's a lot of things that have been popping up lately. And it's funny that I asked about this new job first. I think there's a lot of things that have been popping up that let me start over. Suzanne, give yourself permission to be the dark feminine. I'm giving you permission. You give you permission to be the dark feminine. Dark feminine doesn't mean that you're mean. Dark feminine doesn't mean that you're malicious or whatever. People tend to think that dark femininity or dark feminine phases are you being mean or whatever, and that is not the case. Dark feminine energy is instinct. It is raw personal power. It is embracing your own raw personal power. Society rewards that in celebrities, but not so much in normal life, and I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. Madonna is a very, very good example of someone that has been in Hollywood for a very long time and has a very, very big name that embraces dark feminine energy. Think about it. But then you have all these other people that they can't do it. Good, I'm glad. The other thing I'm going to talk about, and this is, we butt heads with ourselves all the time, right? And I can only speak from my experience, and so I'm going to tell you like my experience, and then hopefully it'll help. We also, as a woman, as someone feminine, you also have to embrace your masculinity. As a male, as someone masculine, you also have to embrace your femininity. And people don't realize this. They'll call you soft or whatever the hell they want to call you if you're embracing either one of these. So when I was, and here's, I'm going to tell you like my struggle with it, okay? And hopefully it'll help you. I feel like it'll help. So when I was in high school, I was a cheerleader. I was on the pom-pom squad, like all those things, the dance squad. I also was in band. But when I was in band, I started off with like, well, I'm going to play the saxophone. And then I'm going to play the flute. Like I was going to play these like girly instruments, right? And then I decided, no, I'm going to play the trumpet. I'm going to play the trumpet. And that's what I played for 8 years. Like, and I was really good at it. But that, in the band that I was in, because I went to a big school, there was me as far as the female trumpet players. There was one other. One. And she dropped out after our junior year of high school. And so, there were not a lot of female trumpet players, just like there were not a lot of male clarinet players. We had one, I think. And so instead of going to college after high school, things happened the way that they happened. And I decided I was going to join the military, right? Well, I thought, okay, I played the trumpet for so long, so let me do that. Like, let me do that, right? So that's what I was going to do. And the last minute, I don't know why, but this is what happens when you're unbalanced, okay? I can look back now and be like, oh, I was so unbalanced. I felt so powerless in my femininity that I felt like I had to go way up here with the masculinity. And so I decided I was going to be an MP. Do you know how many 5 foot to 95 pound MPs there are? Not a lot. Not a lot. And when you are that size, and you, when you are that size and you are in like the first co-ed basic training for that, you get fucked up. Like you get fucked up. And so I struggle with that kind of thing for so long. Struggled with that kind of thing because when you feel powerless in one side or another, if you feel powerless in your femininity, then you're going to lean more toward the masculinity. If you feel powerless in your masculinity, you're going to lean more toward the femininity. But every single person has to have both. Every single person, to be a solid, well-rounded person, has to have both. Just like we always hear about men with testosterone levels and women with estrogen levels, right? Well, did you know that women can have testosterone deficiencies and it can cause a lot of health problems? I got on testosterone shots a few years ago after a hysterectomy because it was like, let's start here before we put you on hormones. And when they did the blood test, they were like, your testosterone is like, I mean, it wasn't zero, but my testosterone was super low. And they were like, oh my God. And by just the smallest dose possible, because I'm super sensitive, not only did it make my estrogen go back up and I didn't have to go on hormones after a hysterectomy, but I no longer was anemic. I was no longer anemic. Like, my doctor was like, what the hell? You know, this is a good side effect. But I also know guys that get on testosterone because they go and get tested and find out their testosterone is in the dumps, and they get on testosterone and their estrogen levels go up too, like they're supposed to. You have to have, I mean, that is the body's way of telling you, you have to have both of these things. Period. You have to have the femininity and you have to have the masculinity. So embrace this crazy dark power, this dark feminine over here, Suzanne. Literally embrace it. Like, that's your homework. Embrace it. But at the same time, embrace the quiet masculinity power. You know how we always see the out in your face toxic masculinity? There's a calm masculinity as well, and people forget that that's a balance. The same with the dark feminine and the light feminine. People forget that's a balance. So you need to have both of these. You need to have both of these. Work on balance. Work on balancing these two out. It's so funny because while I'm talking about this, like, I feel like right now in your life, you are at a good place, like a place that you feel like you haven't been in a long time. I feel like this job has been fantastic for you. I feel like you feel better than you have in a long time. I think that you're in an amazing spot, that this kind of message is what you needed to hear, not so much like, oh, that bitch over there, you know. This tells me that you've done a lot more growing than you're giving yourself credit for. You've done a lot more upward movement than you're giving yourself credit for. So, in case nobody's told you today, Suzanne, I am very proud of you. I am so fucking proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Embrace all of this. Embrace all of it. I'm very proud of you. You're very welcome. And I know that it feels good to be happy. I know that it feels good to feel like life is finally evening out. I know you've come a long, long way. I know you've come a long, long way. And I'm very proud of you. So enjoy the dark feminine. Enjoy the quiet, calm masculine. Enjoy balancing that out. And I think it'll be a fantastic thing. I know it'll be a fantastic thing. Not I think. I know it'll be a fantastic thing. All right, we're going to put the martyr card on top. And we're going to call it out. See if it comes out again. I love you right back. I love you right back, Suzanne, my friend. All right, Tamra F. You are my last one of this evening. And then I be caught up. And we're going to start fresh tomorrow. We're going to start 6/6 portal tomorrow. If y'all want on the list for tomorrow, you better get one. You better get one. Because there aren't a lot of reads tomorrow. They start at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yes, they will be put on YouTube. I'm going to try to get them all posted tomorrow on YouTube. I'm literally waiting for my one from earlier today to download on TikTok. It's taken forever. All right. 2 cards. I hear Vlad down there doing the screamy yelly. So you have 2 cards, 1 card, and 2 cards. Let's turn over the middle card. Lilith. Hunger and animism and instinct. Interesting. So this is in the middle. Over here, on the top, you have The aged. Okay. The ageless, excuse me. Interesting. Healing, graciousness, and acceptance. And underneath, you have the traveler, the keeper of the crossroads, which is independence, appraisal, restlessness. So let's see what's over here. On the top, you have Anubis. Of course you do. Preservation, neutrality, and obligation. And then the ferryman, focus, need, and transition. You're at a crossroads. You got to make a decision. Okay. This is you in the middle, the Lilith energy, okay, of being super fucking restless, trying to work on instinct. But what I find interesting is both of these cards are restless. You literally have restlessness. You have, well, the focus, but transition. Both of these cards are movement. Both of these cards are transition. And I want you to notice that this one's heading this way and this one's heading this way. You have focus, need, and transition. And then you have restlessness, independence, and appraisal. Like, do they not mirror each other pretty fucking well there? And then you have Anubis on one side and the ageless on the other. Both ancient wisdom, both paying attention to where you're going, and both of these were on top of the transition cards. So you have a decision to make. You are represented by Lilith, and the reason that you're having a problem trusting your instinct or trusting your gut on which one of these things to pick is because they are both the right decision. And I know you just went, well, you're a bitch, because that didn't help me. Flip a coin. Seriously, flip a coin. These two situations mirror each other so intensely that no matter which one of these you choose, you're going to come right back to the end result. There is no road less traveled. There is no, well, if I don't do this, I won't do this, or vice versa. No, because what's going to happen is you're at a crossroads, but what you can't see right now is this crossroads goes like this. Y'all ever seen those places in the middle of the highway where the highway is going along like this and you have one side going this way and one side going this way, but then there's this like center median that goes way out and then the highway comes right back together? That's exactly what this is. So the reason that your instinct feels off about this, the reason that you can't make a decision, the reason that your gut isn't giving you strong feelings one way or the other, the reason your divination tools aren't giving you strong things one way or the other is because both of them are correct. And you literally can pick either one and end up exactly where you're supposed to be. Like they both are a means to an end. Sometimes we assign such a heavy burden to a decision when everything, our divination tools, our gut, everything is telling us like, you felt crazy with it? Yeah, it will. It'll totally make you feel crazy. It will make you feel crazy because you're like, well, my gut's not working. My instinct isn't working. My pendulum isn't working. Why are my cards giving me this weird ass message? It's because both paths are the right way. So if you still can't decide tomorrow, flip a coin. But here's the catch. Once you make a decision, you have to stick to it. Once you decide which path you're going to take, you have to stick to it. You can't like get on this path and then go, oh wait, I should have chose the other one. Let me go this way and go that way. Flip a coin and then take a step on that path and follow that path. Okay? But I promise you, I mean, this is why I pointed this out. Here's the main difference. This side is red and this side is yellow. That literally is the main difference. Both sides have me dropping the card. Both sides have a very, very strong, I don't want to say learning, because it's not really a lesson. It has a very strong wisdom that's associated with it. Both of them either path you choose is going to teach you what it is you need to know. It's going to make you a stronger person. And not because of some trials. Both of them have a need. Both of them have a transition. Both of them are going to help you move and scratch the itch of the restlessness. I mean, they literally mirror each other. I think that the reason that you can't make a decision is you're used to your divination tools or your instinct or whatever giving you an answer. Yes or no, left or right, green or yellow, pink or purple. Like, you're used to your tools giving you things like that. But to be honest, I think that this is also a test for you to trust yourself. Either way you choose, sugar, it's right. Either way. Just flip a coin. Think about it this evening. Sleep on it. Tomorrow, y'all, tomorrow is the 6/6 portal, and that is a fantastic day to make a decision. It's a fantastic day to start something new. It's a fantastic day. If you're wanting to try to make a change, tomorrow is a great day for it. Tomorrow is a great day for it. I'm just saying what I'm saying. So yeah. Sleep on it. See how you feel. And make a decision. Step down the path. Does that make sense, Tamra? Does it make sense of why your tools aren't working? Does it make sense of why all your divination tools aren't giving you an answer? And now you have to do the thing. Yep. Now you have to do the thing. I have faith in you. I know you can do the thing. I know you can do the thing. I think you just needed to know that both ways are right, my friend. And when you end right back up on the path that you're supposed to be on, you're going to look around and be like, oh, there's all that stuff too. I'm just saying. Just saying. All right, guys. I am going to get off here and go to bed. And yeah, tomorrow's going to be a fun day. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day. I'm just saying what I'm saying. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Go get some sleep. Go take a nice hot cleansing bath or shower. Get you some sleepy sleep. So yeah. All right, guys. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you were on my list, the makeup reads for today, those will all, if you missed yours, they will all be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. You will get a link. It won't be public. Okay? So we will send you a link, and that way you can go watch it. All right? I'll see you tomorrow.